Hello, this is Barb. I am giving a demonstration of how I use Purple Pen to design the animal courses for a new space. I'll be using the Teddy Ebersol field. So I have started Purple Pen here, and I'm naming the event Ebersol Animals. The map file is the frame version of the Teddy Ebersol 1 to 2500 map. Default printing scale 1 to 2500, landscape, and then I'm going to save the course event file in the place that we always save it, which is going to be just a second. This always takes me a little bit of time. So it's in Maps Shared Drive, USA, Massachusetts, Boston, Teddy Ebersol Field. And then under ONG, we are going to create a new folder called Courses. And under Courses, I will create a new folder called Animal O. And then under here, okay, so that's where it will be. And this is the default. Great. And I am going to start by changing the print area. Make it a little more precise. Okay. Great. Now I am going to be choosing the same control locations as were chosen using the OCAD course designer program, which I'm aware of it, but I'm not as familiar with it. And what is going to be different here is that the courses have been set up so that if you lay out the numbers like from 31 through 40 around in the space, it should automatically give you pretty good courses that don't cross over each other too much. So I'm going to take the same control locations, but I am going to use them in a different order so that I'm trying to get that 31 through 40. So I'll move this out of the way. And I'll be referring to it. Okay, so here I am in Purple Pen. So we'll place the start here. And then I'll just place the controls around the space. Just copying them from what you all had. Oh, there's only, how am I missing one? What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, I got them all. Okay, great. And then you have a separate finish, which is here. Now, a lot of the courses should just work out well. So to see what the courses are, I will be opening up a standard location. I'll show you where I do that. Let's see. Oh yeah. It is in the new clue sheets under the tab pivot courses. So this is where I refer to them. So for example, B is 57803. So I can go back over to Purple Pen and add course B578. 57803. 57803. And then the next one will be Blue Jay 64187. 64187. So that's kind of messy. So we might not end up using that one for a map. Let's add another one. It's going to be the crab 91257. 91257. Also a little bit messy with that first leg going out that way. Honestly, if you put the start and the finish in the center, it might just clean a lot of it up and make it less overlappy, although it's still a problem here. But we can, yeah, that's a little bit better. Sometimes just putting the start and finish in the middle helps. I don't know how you feel about that. It won't be near the bench. Maybe if we put it near this bench and moved that other number 35 a little bit, maybe that would work. Maybe we can move things around some, but at any rate, let's keep going. Another course. So dog 32084. 32084. And then we got elephant 74109. 74109. And lion 13689. 13689. Okay, so those are the 6-5 animal controls, and they're looking okay. A little bit of a dog leg there to number 5. So at this point, we could like play around with the location of the start and finish, or move some of the controls around, but just slightly so that everything, like we might move 31 up to here if we're moving that start and finish. How does that look? Crab, dog, elephant, lion. Okay, so that way we don't have, because of the way that the courses were designed, like the order, again, the point is we have relatively little crossover of legs on the 5 animal controls. And then what I typically do is I go ahead and I add the 10 animal controls, but I know that some of them might cross over each other way too much. So I'll just try with the penguin first. Penguin, and it's 89245. 89245. 67310. 67310. And of course, it's a little hard when you have check controls that are kind of in a line like this to be able to not have them overlap. So you could pull that line out like here. You could add a bend to it and then move it so that you can more easily see, or something like that. So that looks okay. But let's do another one that probably won't look so good. So let's try frog. Control add course. Frog. 20985. 20985. Well, that looks good so far. 46713. 46713. So that's a little bit messy mainly because of this number 6. And if we decided it was too messy, what I do is I go to the course properties and I rename it X. And that just means, I made the course, and unless we change some control locations, I don't recommend using it because it overlaps on itself too much and is too hard to read. Sometimes we'll only have like a single 10 animal course available. After you make all the courses and decide which ones you're going to use and sort of rename with an X the ones that you don't want to use, then I pay attention to how the course looks and whether the uh, numbers are in a place where they're readable. I go to event, customize appearance. I generally use bold, and I often add um, white. Where is that? White outline, you know, add some white so that you can see the numbers better. And then for the courses that we're going to keep, I just move the numbers around so that it's clear. They're easier to see. And I would do that for every single course so that the numbers are as ideally in an unobstructed place. And then I will, if we're going to use, if we're going to show the control descriptions on here, then I add the control descriptions, and then I'll add them here. And then I also add a special item, which is the course name, and put that near the top so it's easy to find. So I haven't finished doing this, but I just wanted to give you the idea. So what remains to be done for this file is to add the 2 other 10 animal courses, and then see if you want to adjust any further the location of the start and the different controls. Honestly, I think it might make sense to move this, I don't know, a little bit more, and then let's see. I'm not sure about this location. Maybe over to here or this one. And then let's see how they look. B looks fine. Blue jay is okay. Crab is not perfect because of this 4 to 5, but we could add a bend in this leg. Dog, elephant. The problem is if we added a bend in the leg for crab, it would also show up here. So the other option is that we can just say, you know what, we're not going to use the crab. It's too awkward, and just rename it X crab so that when we go to make the PDFs, we know which ones to print and which ones not to print. Elephant looks fine. Lion looks fine. This is fine. Might move this a little bit more in. And again, these numbers all need to be moved around a little bit so that they're easier to read. Okay, so that's how I do purple pen. Again, the courses and the order of the courses were defined in order that if you placed the controls roughly in a circle, 31 to 40, around sort of the perimeter of the area, of course with some going in a bit, that naturally you should end up with courses that don't overlap too much, and you'd be able to find some subset of the courses that you could use with a map, because you don't need all 10 courses usually when you're doing an event. Okay, so that's how I use purple pen. Also, I want to remind everybody that the way that we structure our files is that we have ONG, so there's the location like Teddy Ebersol Field, and then within that there's different maps like orienteering map and who it's made by, and then there's a map and a courses file. So I noticed here that inside of the map file you had a courses file, but that those should actually live in the courses directory that is at the same level as the map directory. So I will make that change. Great, that's it.